The folklore of Lee County, South Carolina, is home to one of the state's most enduring and sensational legends, the Lizard Man of Scape Ore Swamp. Also known as the Lizard Man of Lee County, this reptilian creature is said to inhabit the swamplands near Bishopville. The legend first emerged in the late 1980s and quickly attracted widespread attention, sparking media coverage, tourism, and a wave of local fascination that persists today. The story began on July 14, 1988, when the Lee County Sheriff's Office investigated a case of vehicle damage near Browntown, a small community on the edge of Scape Ore Swamp. The car, reportedly covered in scratches, tooth marks, and muddy footprints, stirred immediate intrigue. Shortly after, 17-year-old Christopher Davis came forward with a startling claim. 2 weeks earlier, he had been attacked by a large, scaly creature while fixing a flat tire late at night. Davis described the being as 7 feet tall, green, wet-looking, and red-eyed, with 3 fingers and snake-like scales. He alleged that the creature chased him and even leapt onto his car as he fled, leaving visible marks. Once the story reached newspapers and local television, Bishopville became the epicenter of a full-blown media frenzy. Reporters, monster hunters, and curious tourists poured into Lee County. Local businesses seized the opportunity by selling Lizard Man merchandise, and the Chamber of Commerce welcomed the publicity as a boost for the local economy. The frenzy reached its peak when a local radio station, WCOS, offered a $1 million reward for anyone who could capture the Lizard Man alive. Not all sightings, however, stood up to scrutiny. One of the most publicized came from Kenneth Orr, an airman stationed at Shaw Air Force Base, who claimed to have shot and wounded the creature. Orr even presented scales and blood samples as proof, but within days he admitted the story was fabricated. Orr confessed he had concocted the tale to keep the legend alive, an admission that cast doubt over other eyewitness claims. As summer ended, reports of the Lizard Man began to fade, and local authorities speculated that the initial sightings may have been misidentified bears or other wildlife. The legend resurfaced sporadically in later years. In 2008, a Bishopville couple reported unexplained car damage with traces of blood, reigniting local interest until the blood was identified as belonging to a domestic dog. In 2015, alleged photos and videos of the creature circulated online, and in 2017, the South Carolina Emergency Management Division jokingly warned residents to remain vigilant for the Lizard Man during a solar eclipse, demonstrating how deeply embedded the story had become in local lore. Skeptics, however, have consistently questioned the validity of the Lizard Man legend. Researcher Ben Radford has been one of its most outspoken critics, arguing that the details of Chris Davis's story changed significantly over time. According to Radford, inconsistencies in Davis's descriptions, lighting conditions that made visibility unlikely, and the absence of verifiable physical evidence all cast serious doubt on his account. Even the supposed damage to Davis's car was poorly documented, with conflicting newspaper descriptions and no photographs. Radford concluded that Davis's story was either an honest mistake or a deliberate hoax, noting that the entire episode followed a familiar pattern of American folklore: an unusual sighting, media amplification, mass hysteria, and eventual mythologization. Another possible explanation was offered by investigator Alicia Lutz, who suggested that Davis may have mistaken a local farmer, Lucius Elmore, for the creature. Elmore admitted that he had been patrolling his property that same night to prevent theft and might have startled Davis unintentionally. This theory, while mundane, underscores how easily local legends can emerge from fear, darkness, and imagination. Ultimately, the Lizard Man of Scape Ore Swamp remains an enduring piece of South Carolina folklore, a symbol of how myth, media, and community identity intertwine. Whether born from misunderstanding, hoax, or something inexplicable in the swamp's murky depths, the tale continues to capture imaginations and keep Bishopville's legend alive decades after the first sighting.